And then we're going to get started.
Perfect.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are so excited to be here today with the collaboration and with our guest speaker, Alisa. We are the collaboration of minority women professionals. We have myself, Letitia Douglas, Sammy Williams, Nay Fald, and Sydney Simpkins, who I'll introduce shortly. Our mission for the group is to create a space to celebrate, acknowledge, support, and encourage professional businesswomen relying on each other for business profitability. We strive to find a supportive group for our members, allowing them to network, career growth, mentorship, support, and educational opportunities. We have been in existence for about 1.5 years now. Before COVID, we were meeting monthly. Sorry, I just have to admit a few more people, a lot more people. Okay.
A lot more people, bring them in.
Yeah, come on, come on. Let's network.
So before COVID, we were meeting monthly, usually the last Friday of every month. We'd have a luncheon with a guest speaker. Some of the topics we have had include, we created vision boards. We had a luncheon on having a growth mindset, financial management, business funding strategies. We also like to have fun too. So we had a luncheon on a wine tasting and pairing, which was great.
That was fun.
Yes, we had some networking events, networking happy hours, which was great. Last year we had a big holiday event at the Cascades Banquet Hall in Camden for Christmas. We were planning on doing the same thing this year, but that may most likely not happen. Most of our in-person meetings are in the New Haven, Camden area, although we were just starting to look into expanding into Hartford before the pandemic. So we'll definitely start looking into that again once everything is safe. And that's it. So I am, again, Letitia Douglas. My corporate career is in database and technology management for an insurance industry. I also have a real estate investing business with properties mostly in the New Haven and Hartford area. Then we have Nay Falls. Wave, Nay.
Hello.
She is the branch manager of People's Bank in Hamden. We have Sammy Williams, another founder. She's the owner of Sam's Word. Sam's Word is a content development firm specializing in business writing, editing, and copywriting. And she also provides social media management and business consulting services. And she will be our moderator today. Our last founder is Sydney Simpkins. She is our resident mentor of the group. She is the owner of Sydney Simpkins Associates. Wave, Sydney. Her business serves construction-based entities with assistance in meeting federal, state, and municipal compliance requirements. They also help with preparation of state and DOT certifications, and she's also available for title searches. So those are our 4 founders. And last but not least, I will introduce Alisa Bowens-Mercado. She is the founder and CEO of Brewmaster of Rhythm Brewing Company, affectionately known as Lady Lager. She made history by becoming the first African-American woman-owned beer brand in the state of Connecticut. Alicia is a professional salsa dancer, instructor, and owns Alisa's House of Salsa in New Haven. She's a proud member of the MBDA and was honored to be chosen this year as this year's Business Spotlight at Enterprising Women's Color Forum in Orlando, Florida. She's been featured in over 25 publications, both nationally and locally, including Essence, the Associated Press, and Thrillist. And she was recently named one of best Black-owned breweries in the USA. Her Rhythm Brewing Company produces Rhythm Unfiltered Lager and Rhythm Blue, which is a unfiltered light lager. Her products can be found right here in the area and throughout Connecticut and other states in Total Wine, Trader Joe's, Big Y, ShopRite, just to name a few. And I believe you could go on her website and find more locations. And with that, I will turn it over to Sammy to begin moderating our session.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Again, we have everyone on mute just so we can get through this great discussion. It's going to be a good one. So welcome, Alisa. I want to tell everyone we have Q&A scheduled for the end of the presentation. We're going to have a nice conversation and then Q&A. But don't leave too soon because we do have a special offer from our membership-based organization, our collaborations and membership. So we have a special offer for you, and we're going to give that to you at the end of our conversation. So welcome, Alisa.
Hello, how are you?
I am doing excellent. Thank you. So I know you've been busy. You've been all over the news, which is awesome right now. Congratulations.
Thank you. It is a blessing. I'm busy. So busy is good.
Yes, yes, it is. And as Letitia was mentioning in your bio, I actually was first introduced to you through the call, through the MBDA. And I don't know how I even got those invitations, but it was through one of those calls. It was one of those calls. You was a panelist,
Yeah.
and then I immediately sent you an email, and I was like, "Hold on, she's in New Haven. I'm in New Haven. I need to know her." So I sent you an email, and you so graciously responded immediately right after that call. And you were like, yes, I'll do a webinar with you guys. I'm so excited. So we're happy, so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much for the invite. Thank you for the invitation. And I will tell you something. And hello, everyone. Hi, ladies. And there's some gents on here also. But just thank you so much for this invite, because I think this is the time where we need to share our stories. It's time to empower, it's time to enlighten, it's time to encourage, but it's time to, when we get through what we're seeing now on the other side, that we all come out with a strategy, a plan, but something really pivot to move forward for the better and hold whole of entrepreneurs, in particular women who are in business and people of color who are in business. And I think that is so important, that if we focus on really putting it together, because time is of the essence right now. And
yes.
So I'm just happy that I can be here to share my story, with everyone, and network, and, just, again, empower.
And that's what we want to know. We want to know your story. So when you're thinking about, and our flyers, everything on social media says, breaking barriers in many different industries, right? Because that's what you've done. So when you think back of when you first started your entrepreneurial career, I believe you started in construction, right? But you've
Yes.
been in construction, you've have your house of salsa, and now you have the brewery. If you could look back, what type of advice would you give to your younger self, or some of these younger minded women on the call, and gents?
I would be like, girl, what are you doing? No, I will tell you, if I can give my younger 20-something-year-old self, and that's when I was in construction. I ran the company, my parents' construction company, went in with them in business, and just added some dynamics to it. I would tell my younger self to continue to seek out those industries where we are not represented, or where women are not represented, or where people of color are not represented.
Yes.
And so I just, in my 20s, I'm running a construction company. I just come home from college. And then, went to Puerto Rico when I was 30, and had this, crazy idea to just come home and tell my parents, listen, I love you guys, but I'm going to be a salsa dancer for the rest of my life, and open up the salsa studio 20 years ago. I would just tell my younger self, just do things, do it the same way. Do it the same way. So, I just, younger, that seems like eons ago, but yeah, do it the same way. I could have done some things a little bit different, but I would not change anything at this point. So the younger folks who are out there, people who, and sometimes, I have, when I say younger, young in heart, young in spirit, young in entrepreneurial minds, because
Exactly.
I know folks, like at 30, I said, you know what, I'm going to salsa dance. So, and then at 48, I'm telling my age, 48, or actually 47, I said, you know what, I'm going to become a brewer. So, you know, younger, older, but your entrepreneurial mind never changes. So I would tell folks out there, if you're even thinking about something, you're sitting on something, if you thought about something 1, 2, or 3 times and you said, oh no, I'm not gonna, why bother? I'm gonna tell you something, that's the career and the passion that you should jump on immediately.
I definitely agree with that. But even just entrepreneurship, and as a Black woman, what was it in you that said, I'm not going to go work for someone else. I'm going to do this on my own, and have that confidence, because you need a level of confidence and faith in your own self to navigate these. These aren't easy industries that you're in. So,
No.
you know, as a woman, as a Black woman, you know, what gave you that courage to say, I'm gonna go do this?
You know what? Thank you, Mom, Dad. Thank you to my ancestors and my greats and my grandparents, who literally taught us that anything that you know or believe that you see, you will achieve that. And so you keep moving forward. I was very fortunate. I was not, have color barriers, and I didn't have blocks in growing up. My family said, whatever you want to do, that's what you're going to do. And if you put your mind to it, I grew up in Bethany. So I was in, you know, the suburbs, and I was the only, you know, 2 Black folks. 3 of us graduated from Amity High School. So I learned from an early age that no one was better than me. I was better than no one else. We were just, all the same. And if you want to go for it, I can go for it. What makes you different? So I think at an early age, my parents really instilled in me that, you know, you want it, go get it. And so I think I carry that. Yeah, if you want it, go get it. But of course, I chose industries that were completely white male dominated. And so I was just like, and the more someone in those male dominated industries told me no, or turn their nose up to me, that's the harder I strive for it. So,
yeah,
you know,
sometimes those no's are all the motivation you need.
That's it. I just needed the guy at the bank to tell me, no, we're not giving you money to enhance your construction business. And, you know, the first time, you know, someone in the brewing industry messed up my beer run, to say, well, you figure it out, even though they messed up. Those are the things that those are the things that have made me really just go out and, you know, just say, you know what, I'm not just going to be good. I'm going to break down barriers, and I'm going to be the best in these industries. And more importantly, Sammy, I will tell you, open up doors for folks that can walk through, we got to learn how to bring more people to the table. There's enough room for all of us. My parents always told me, you can't paint all the houses in Connecticut. I can't teach all the people in, you know, the state of Connecticut how to dance salsa. And, you know, with the beer, there's millions of people who participate in adult beverages responsibly, of course. But that was just, you know, one of those things, just go for it.
And I'm so glad you said that, because I firmly believe in bringing people with you. You know, and as I own my business, right? As my business grows, as our collaboration grows, I don't want to do it on my own. I don't want to look around and see nobody I know. I'm a firm believer of bringing people with me. Like, we're going to this. We're showing up in these spaces, because a lot of these spaces need us to show up.
Absolutely. And you know what, Sammy, let me bring up some economics about this. The construction industry, you know, and I know there's some construction folks on the line, and they can attest to this, is a multi-billion-dollar industry annually. And when women and people of color are not getting that piece of the pie, and there's buildings being constructed all around us, then you've got to look at that and say, well, if we're not at the table, no one's going to, you know, come to the table. And there goes, what part of that billion industry are we working with? With the beer industry, I don't know if people know this, the beer industry is a $114 billion industry, 114 billion annually. We don't own Budweiser. We don't own Heineken. We don't own Corona. Okay. We don't even own Red Stripe, but we own Rhythm Brewing Company. And if that has to be the new, if Rhythm has to be the new Black Budweiser in this country so that we can get a piece of that $114 billion industry, then let's get it. Let's get to it.
And I'm glad you're getting it, because look at that number. There's enough to go around. They can share that. They can share some. They can make some space.
Do 5% of that. Do 5% of 114 billion. But Sammy, see, my ultimate goal is I need to create employment opportunities for people that look like us. If that's the mission. I tell people all the time, this is bigger than me in a can of beer. Okay. If I am not creating a situation or a financial scenario where I can employ more people, if I have a factory, I can employ hundreds of people. But it's about economic wealth. It's about putting people into these positions. We just want a piece of that pie. And I'm not even going to say want. We're going to get that piece of the pie. And because again, I am truly on a mission. It's about job creation. It's about economic wealth. It's about generational wealth. And I think our mindsets need to start changing.
I agree. And in order to accomplish everything you've done and to navigate these difficult industries, looking back, what do you think of some of those more prominent barriers that really stand out? You're not going to easily forget. I mean, in business, we go through a lot, right? We get told no a lot, but sometimes there's certain situations that stand out. So when you think of some of those more difficult, challenging barriers, what comes to mind?
Well, you know what? It's securing loans, securing funding, getting that person to believe in you, or getting that bank to say, okay, well, we're going to get you that, some startup money. Because then don't forget, then there's business plans. So I'm going to encourage, there's anyone out there that's listening in, if you are, an expert in writing a business plan, and Sammy, I know that's what you do. So, please put that out there. Please contact Sammy, because see, we need to be, when we go to the table, we need to be prepared, because that's what they want. They don't want to see, if we're not coming correct, and if we're not coming, presenting, we've got to present, and we've got to be 10 times better and 20 times better when we come to the table. So don't give anyone any excuse.
I always say it's about your level of professionalism.
Yes.
You need to upgrade your level of professionalism when you're thinking about doing anything, especially when you're going to potentially break a barrier where
absolutely
you're not going to be welcomed 100%. So
yeah,
we know about, working 10 times harder, coming up correct, because others can go into those same banks with a lot less than what we have, and they'll get those loans.
Absolutely. No, and those are the facts. So we have to start empowering our people through services like yours by, grant writing and getting a business plan together, so that when you go there's no excuse for them to, to turn you down. And then also seek out, and this is what some folks might not realize, I will tell you, there are angel investors out there. If you have someone, you might, know someone in your family that's got a little extra, cash in the bank. I don't know with all the COVID going on, but you might have someone that says, you know what, I see your dream. I want to invest. Or just go to some non-traditional, entities that, might take the chance on you. I went to an angel investor who was not happy about me getting into the brewing industry, because he was like, what's the difference between your beer and the other 500 beers that are on the shelf? And I said, I can show you better than I can tell you. Just sign the check, please. I said, and I'm going to prove you wrong. So that's how that started. Sometimes you have to demand what you want in a nice way.
A lot of times it is, yeah. You tell them what you want and what they can do for you, because if they just look at you, they're not going to see it.
Exactly. I'm going to tell folks out there, if you're listening, be direct. The only thing someone can literally tell you is no. If the answer is no, you go to the next person. But be very direct with what you want and what you need and what your passion and your vision is, because sometimes that person sitting across the table will see that passion come through, and it might not be the best business idea, but you know what? They will finance you to see if that dream will, actually come to fruition.
And angel investors, they do exist. We have Jeffrey Moore. Jeffrey is one of the few guys who come to all of our events. He just like pops in. Jeffrey has been connecting with angel investors for some of his initiatives. So there are networks out there of angel investors, of people, they have money and they want to invest. And, Black people are popular right now. So they want to support in some way. And a lot of them don't know any other way besides financially. So now this is the opportune time.
This is, I will tell you, our social media following, and I hope everyone follows us on social media, Rhythm Brewing Co. Please follow our journey. We stay prayed up. That's number one. We stay prayed up, but we've got a lot of people in the state and across the country that are really rooting for us, because it is time to, make change. But social media, the press, it's incredible. We're just getting a lot of press. People want to know the story. How can they help? And how can you help? How? You can help us get this brand nationally distributed, so that we can get a portion and piece of what everybody else is getting, so that I can do my due diligence and employ people. I have a strategy here. We
can drink some beer for you, Alisa. We can do that.
Yes.
Make it
I always say find your rhythm.
There you go.
Find your rhythm. I always say, you know what, Sammy? I say the country needs to find a new rhythm, and we really do. With everything that's going on, George Floyd, Black Lives Matter, COVID, we need to find a new rhythm. And I always say, even if it's just one sip or one pint at a time, we have to move forward. This is the opportunity. Things are shifting in the country right now. No one's going back to, how everybody's like, oh, the new normal. No, we're not going back to a new normal. There's some kind of something in this air right now that let's seize the moment and leverage momentum. That's exactly what we need to do.
And I'm glad you said that, because it brings me to my next question, right? We're all here to see you grow. So what are you doing to position yourself for continuous growth? What if you can share, what are some of your short-term and long-term goals? So we know you want to employ, that's very important. What else do you have?
So we are, because of the demand right now for, for the brewery and for the brand and for the beer, we are looking into potential locations. We know with COVID, restaurants are opening up slowly, so we weren't going to dive into opening up a tap room, but we are looking for, locations. And I know there's some real estate folks out there that can, get us into a location where there's a ton of people that can come to the brewery. They can actually come in, visit, sit down, have a beer with us, and support a Black-owned brewery. So that's kind of like short term. But then even shorter term is, the brand is out all over Connecticut. It's just making sure that these Big Ys, these ShopRites, these Trader Joe's, which we are all placed in, get the brand and are getting it out to the masses. So we are literally making sure that product placement, because now it's about product recognition. So that's kind of short term, is while everyone's calling and wanting to find out where they can get it, curbside pickups are crazy. Let's maximize that. But long term, I will tell you, we've gotten some amazing offers and opportunities on the table for folks that want to come in and really think about putting some significant financial backing behind us to take us to the next, level. So that's, longer term, but it's not going to be too long, I don't think, because the country wants change now.
Yes.
And I think we've brought it to the forefront. So
that is awesome.
We're
So
excited.
I'm excited too. I can't tell you how excited I am to have this right here in our backyard. We're going to take advantage of this. And that's why I'm so glad to promote it and to get the word out, let people know. I mean, you don't need me though. You've been doing an excellent job. I swear you've been everywhere.
Oh, no, but no, I will tell you something. Every single networking opportunity that I can be involved with, and because everybody's schedule is busy, but when you can share, again, that's why I hope and I pray that something resonates with someone on this webinar today, because it really, it's time.
Yeah, it really is time. I want to think about all those challenges and how it helped you grow, right? Because growth is important. I was on a call earlier with Letitia this morning, and we were talking about being complacent and not growing. And your customers will know when you're being complacent, when you're not innovating, right? Nothing new has changed. So when you think about that, how have you grown, and then how do you want to grow?
Right. So I will tell you, this is completely grassroots. This is a company that is brewed with love, literally. My mom and I, we're the sales team. That's kind of before we sign out with two distribution companies here in Connecticut. But it would be my mom and I slugging beer to, off-premise accounts, on-premise accounts, having people try the rhythm, telling our story, stay there for 3 hours, have people sample. So from the beginning, this has been grassroots, hubby, just helping out at beer festivals. We've got Lisa and Nancy in Waterbury, who are our biggest supporters, who just kind of came on literally and just said, you know what, we want to just help. Mo, can't leave the guys out of the company, and Maurice, just folks who Mo Williams, who just they come in and they jump in and they want to see this grow. So the answer to your question is this grassroots approach. We continued on that because people want to see that authentic, like, what is this brand doing to build? The COVID was no time for me to get complacent, because I said, COVID, I was like, back up. I was just like, it gave me a chance to rethink, process, and say, all right, these are the opportunities I'm going. This is how we need to shift this. So we just ramped up sales. We ramped up emails. We caught a lot of people who would never have answered their phones or their email, and made sure that we got emails to everyone. I'm telling you, we've sent emails and letters to a ton of potential customers. But the great thing is our customers knew we hadn't forgot about that.
And I think that's so important. I keep talking about the businesses who continue to show up during COVID. They're the ones who's positioning themselves for success post-COVID, because you have to stay top of mind. And you have really set an example of taking advantage of a pandemic, right? You could have said, restaurants are closed, right? What am I supposed to do? Supermarkets are limiting people in, and it could have been a very woe is me kind of thing. Right. But instead you took it and ran with it. And I think it's great because we need to see the example. And, we need to see women doing it. We need to see Black women doing it. And Alisa, you're doing it.
Thank you. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna lie. The first week of COVID, everybody kind of settled into their thing of, I was on D-Nice's, IG live every day. Oh yeah, I was throwing down every night. I was just like, quarantine 15.
I'm surprised I didn't meet you there.
we we probably scroll by each other. You know, and I'm doing like, there's another DJ in New York, you know, who plays salsa. So on Saturdays I'd Zoom in with him. But I will tell you, as soon as we found out that, you know, liquor stores were essential, then that party was, you know, okay, that's fun. We could de-nice it up at night, but now we got to get to work because we're essential, and this is the time to go after those opportunities.
Yes.
But I enjoyed myself the first week.
But then it was time to get to work.
Two. And it was time to get to work. Yes.
You're gonna need a vacation in like 2021.
Oh, yes, absolutely. 2021, I'm hoping to be laying somewhere in the Bahamas or Puerto Rico and sipping on a rhythm and just taking all of this in.
We are all gonna be sipping on a rhythm. You better believe that.
That's right. Go find your rhythm. I will tell you, the casinos, you know, Foxwoods and Mohegan Sun, really, they don't have a beer brand that's represented by people of color. So we have started that conversation. So hopefully you will be able to, you know, when you visit one of those locations here in Connecticut, be able to find, you know, your rhythm. We're excited about that because, like, again, we want to break down barriers in those types of, you know, establishments also.
And you're doing it. And so we've been talking about brewery, right? Because that's what you're doing. That's your child right now. But what about salsa and construction? When you think of the three, which one is the most challenging for you? And if you didn't have to do one again, which would it be?
Well, you know, I'm going to tell you something. I would do all three of them again because each one of them still needs, the construction still needs some work. The strides have been made, and I'm so excited to see that. I remember, you know, joining in on some ad hoc committees, but, you know, the construction, you know, if I got back into that, I mean, I can do that. The salsa, that's kind of like my first child. That's like my 20-year-old. And then the beer, absolutely. I'm just getting started with that. We only started that about 2 years ago, but I started researching the industry 5 years ago. But if there was one that, you know, the construction, because my parents are still actively running the company, so which is great. So they're still building and painting and doing contracts. So it would be, you know, leave the construction up, you know, that's still the family business. So I'm excited about that. So I keep the salsa and the beer.
Yeah, drink some rhythm while salsa dancing.
Yeah, and you know what? I will tell you, I'm blessed because celebrating 20 years, I don't know where 20 years has gone, but to have the House of Salsa has been just incredible. Incredible experience, incredible growth. I learned a lot about being an entrepreneur through that, but I was able to travel with my House of Salsa, but more importantly, just, you know, bring joy, hopefully, to people in their lives that if they couldn't get on a plane and get to the islands, they can come here to the House of Salsa and let their hair down and shake a leg and shimmy, you know, for an hour with me. So.
And I will say you've done a great job. I mean, in business for 20 years, right? So yes. Although I met you, Alisa, yourself on the MBDA call, I've heard of Alisa's House of Salsa. So your brand is out there. So you're marketing. People know that you're here. And for 20 years, that is such a great example, especially for like for me, December will be 5 years that I've been in business. To know that.
Yes.
Thank you. Here's another Black woman. 20 years she's been doing that and continuing to grow, you know?
Yeah. Branding and marketing, Sammy, I'm going to tell you something. Once you put your name on something, once I put my name on Alisa's House of Salsa, once I put my name on Rhythm Brewing Company, I was going to market it. See, these are like literally like my kids. So when people say, do you have kids physically? We don't have kids. So these are my babies. So I always tell people I've got a 20-year-old and I've got a 2-year-old. And I go, who does that? Because no one has one going off to college and then you turn around and you know, have a kid. And I would always talk about people. I would go, who does that? And I was like, I did that. So it's like having a 20-year-old and having a 2-year-old. So it's like balancing those out. But folks out there, I will tell you, you put your name on it. nurture it and want it to I mean, just push it up the ladder. Just
That's
nurture it and tell it that you love it by really inserting like your all, your blood, sweat, and tears into your business, and then market. I mean, everybody think outside the box. Don't think inside a box. I don't think I'm outside of another box. So don't be creative. That's all. But what I can say about branding and marketing, it is key to positioning yourself in different industries.
I definitely agree with that. And we are getting towards the end. So I'm going to go to some of our softer type questions.
Okay.
What is the legacy that you're planning on putting out? What do you want your legacy to be?
My legacy, when people look back, you know, whether I was doing construction, whether I was teaching a salsa class, whether I was brewing beer, the legacy should be, you know, taking your passion and just moving in the speed of light. My legacy is she never took, you know, no for an answer. And if she did, she figured out a way to move and connect and figure out a way to make it happen. Because when your eye literally is on that prize, there will be nothing ever that will stop you. I have had times where I said, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have gone into this. I have a pity party, you know, every once in a while. But yeah, just legacy is just like, you know, she just didn't stop. She found a way to insert passion and what people need for difference, for change. I mean, hopefully my legacy is that I made a change in lives and in industries.
I love that. And you're doing it. And when you are not actively making a change, when you finally have time to rest and unwind during
yeah,
I don't think that's happened
a rhythm.
What do you do? What do you do to unwind? What does relaxation look like?
You know what? Sorry, there's something in. I literally oh, here we go. For me, when I unwind, it is just, you know, sitting down on the couch and cracking open, you know, water or some
rhythm,
and just, you know what, just going through like my daily like a journal. It's like, so that allows me to just kind of like break, you know, free, just kind of journal things, read a lot of devotionals. Of course, take, you know, moments to pray in the middle of the day. But I will tell you something, before all this COVID, I was if you saw me at Walmart, I would piddle. I would just go to Walmart and literally would just kind of walk around for hours. And that's what's my relaxation.
You had hours to spend at Walmart. I don't know if you're going to have that after COVID. You're going to be a little busy.
Yeah, very, very busy. No, pre-COVID, it was walk around Walmart just to get away, like no phone. I made sure that there was no phone, and I would just walk aimlessly up and down the aisle. So yeah, but kicking my feet up and, you know, having a beer is, nice. You know, and journal is my relaxation.
Nice. So we're getting to the top. So before we go into our Q&A, ladies, gentlemen, get your questions ready. You can come off mute if you'd love to. Before we go to Q&A, do you have any final words of encouragement?
Just want to say thank you again for this, for the invite. But now is the time. I'm going to repeat that. Now is the time. Don't wait. Act on it. Move on it. There are industries, there are people here like myself that will help you. I take calls all of the time. People, they can contact me easily. But if you need, you know, some advice or a word of encouragement, or just, you know, the time is now. Not next week, not in 3 months from now, the time is now.
And I can testify to that. I sent you that email, and soon as you got off that panel, you replied right back. So it is true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what the teamwork really makes what this world and country needs right now. And we need this dream to work. And so we need to just propel into higher levels in standards. But in the time is now.
Propel. I like that. Talk about action. That's an action word. I'm a lady of words. That's an action word right there.
And I know you drop words all the time. I go on I love your page. So
thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna go to the chat.
Okay.
Letitia, Nay, Sydney, are you guys manning the chat? Let's see if we have any questions in here. And if you have a question you want to say, you can come off of mute, or I think you can. If you can't, let me know and we can unmute you.
Sammy, is there any way to see the participants or no?
Yes, Letitia, can you take your beautiful slide down? Walida, did I say that correct? It's asking if there is business mentorship available through this group. So Sydney, now we got all these faces. Sydney Wade, where are you, Sydney? There's Sydney. There she is. Sydney is our membership is multi-generational. So we have membership for students, regardless of your age, for just women in professional roles, and then also for our more seasoned mentors and members, and those who want to come as you're on mute, Sydney, we can't hear you, who want to come in as a mentor role. Letitia, oh, there she is. So Sydney is a mentor in our group. She's our resident mentor. She provides lots of advice and guidance and help from her years. Sydney, do you want to talk?
Well, first of all, I want to say hi to Alisa. I know her mom for years, so it's that old school New Haven thing. How you doing, Alisa?
Good. So good to see you.
Listen, I am still gonna come for lessons when this is over.
Yes,
I pass by every day and I feel guilty. I have a question. Right now, I just received my provisional patent on an invention, and it's timely with the Black Lives Matters and the chokeholds and all of the things that are going on now. We're looking to market it to police entities, people who are over disability entities, etc. So it has the potential to be really, really big. One of the things I'm looking at now is trying to find angel investors, which I think once we kind of break it open, being that timing is everything, like you said, this is an opportune time for us probably to really move forward at a faster momentum. I'm looking for people where I can get a good prototype design. We've got the design, but we need somebody who can actually put it into play. So I guess my question to you is, in terms of breaking the barrier of trying to find, as a minority person, I know there's a lot of opportunity and there are a lot of outlets to break these barriers. This invention would clearly define what breaking barriers really is. So my question is, are there entities on a larger scale that would be interested in supporting something like that? So that's number one.
Yes, okay.
And number two, I want to say that I'm very proud of you, because I'm going to tell you something. For you to bust into this type of a business, selling beer and lager. I lived in Germany. Listen, all you know is beer. Kids can go to the store and buy beer in Germany.
They sure can.
Okay. So I just want to say to you that I think that, you doing this kind of research, it's ingenious. And I think maybe we may want to take a peek at reaching out to all kinds of minority organizations, minority-owned business people like Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, who has a steakhouse. I think you have a wide array of potential business resources to sell your product.
Yeah, and it's so good to see you. So good to see you. And congratulations on that patent. I will tell you, there is an organization, it's a national organization, and it's the NAIC. Okay, so they are the National Association of Investment Companies.
Got you.
Okay, so the NAIC, there's also the MSSDC, National Minority Supplier Diversity Council.
Okay.
These are the groups that you want to get your vision, your patent, your product in front of, because they will align you with folks who are angels, or who could be in you never know. Some of the names you drop, the Michael Jordans, the Magic Johnsons, the Junior Bridgmans, we've connected with them. So those are things that we can pass on. And I do have a contact so that I can send that to you. But if you go on their NAIC page and start doing some research on that, then I can give you a direct contact so that you can get that up. Because again, the time is now, and like you said, it's a need for what you are creating and what you have a patent for, and you don't want to sit on that.
No, not now.
This is a now patent.
So, what do you think about us as an organization being part of establishing consortiums that, for different industries, that come together as one powerful voice to break down barriers, such as construction? Because construction is hard. A lot of it is, used to start out with the mob and all that stuff. A lot of it is generational, passed down through from one generation to the next. They are not really willing to, they don't want to bend, they don't want to open any doors. And if it wasn't for CHRO and the federal government, they wouldn't open any doors. So what do you think about us being an organization that participates in helping to establish consortiums for specific industries for our, not just minority women, but for all women and men too? I don't want to leave them out.
Yeah.
But we are a woman-based organization, so
right.
I would like to see us be able to come together as one voice, because it's hard if you're just one or two or three individuals. It's more powerful if you had 500 individual companies.
I love that idea, because, take that umbrella and just kind of we have different branches and arms off of it. Yes, let's have, the construction branch, and let's have, because what I want to see is I want to see more women and more women of color in this industry. So I want it to be Rhythm Brewing, but then I want XYZ Brewing. I want more brewing companies that look like me under that arm. I don't want to be the only one up there. I really don't. I want more. And so I think that's an incredibly amazing idea that we should really, to open it up. The more networking you do, the more people that if it's inclusive, then the opportunities are far reach. But you will always remember the base of the organization and what what you're striving for and the end goal and
So we are very close to time. I want to know if anyone else has any questions before we get into our special offer. I don't see any other question. Yes, Chantel.
Hi, I don't have any questions, but I want to say hi to Sydney and Alisa.
Hi.
Hello. Thank you for the invite. It was great sitting in and watching this presentation today. I actually just relaunched my business recently. I started it back in 2013. I had kids and got married, house, all that fun stuff. But the same with COVID, just kind of have an opportunity to step back and really think about things. And yes, this is the opportunity to really, put yourself out there. I want to say, Alisa, I've known you for a very long time. You used to teach salsa classes at my high school. So to see you,
You're telling my age, Chantel.
She was 12 at the time.
Yes, I was just starting, guys. But just to see you make this transition, right? And to see you over the years and see you grow, it's so inspirational. And just hearing your story today, I've never heard your story. And didn't know you were, but it's just, it's
Thank
amazing.
you.
And
All right.
is really inspiring me to continue to push through and
Continue. Remember,
boundaries and everything will be in front of me, but yes, to challenge them. That is what I'm going to take away. It was for you.
Yes.
What inspired you was like, oh, you're going to tell me no? I'm going to try even harder.
Yes. All
right, ladies, I'm going to let Nay, because she has to jump. She has a job to do. So I'm going to let Nay talk about membership right quick. And then I'm going to talk about the special, because I want to be respectful. So in case you guys leave at 3, otherwise we'll be here. But Nay, let's talk about membership.
So again, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Nay Fall. I am one of the co-founders, and also I am the person that's in charge of the membership. And the reason why I want to talk to everybody about it is, you know, membership is a crucial part of this organization. You know, it's just founded by 4 women that we met at so many networking group together, and we realized, you know what, every time you go in there, you are the minority. And, you know, me and Sammy and, you know, Sydney got involved, and Letitia got involved, realized there is a need for this. I am in banking. I've been a branch manager for 14 years, but I realize every time I go somewhere, I am the minority. And we know with our combined experience, we are able to motivate, empower. I mean, Alicia, it is so good to see you because it's been so long. And I remember us dancing salsa together. So we are getting together. I will talk to you in the near future, but we are getting together. I want to talk a little bit about membership and why this is a membership organization, because, you know, we co-founded it about 1.5 years ago. The need for this is to reinforce the community link like-minded women. You know, women of color, obviously we are inclusive. Everybody that support our cause is more than welcome. We
do have non-minority women in our membership. Yeah. You are welcome.
Yes. And to Alisa's point, right now with this all Black Lives Matter, listen, it does matter. And I could tell you my story in a different scenario, but me being African, coming in here 22 years ago and sitting here as a VP branch manager, tell you that is nothing you could do as a woman, but we have to lend each other a hand. So one of the things that we provide in the membership is, you know, you have to be a professional, or like me, I'm a professional. I'm not a business owner, even though I will be, or just in entrepreneurship. You know, right now we are actually in the middle of, and Sammy could speak a little bit more about, we are in the middle of setting up a nonprofit, and what that will do is provide mentorship. I saw it on a chat box, but I wanted to cover it on this area. We want to do mentorship. You know, we want to go to high schools and talk to these Black and brown girls and letting them know, yes, you could sit in my shoes one day. You know, but you can't do that without funds. You know, Sydney being our mentor, she's been everything. I mean, teaching her from her experience. You know, Sydney going into our high school, Sammy just letting people know, and I think Sammy have done it, and Letitia. That's what we are trying to provide, and this is where we want the membership. And I'm gonna go to the cost, but I want people to know the benefit of the membership. This is the benefit of the membership. This is a free event, but obviously in the normal time we will, you know, have a cost base, but this is what it is. Exposure to like-minded business owners, you know, or professional. We want to provide educational program to young Black and brown folks. We want to have scholarship. These are all things that are in the work, but we need a membership and continual income in order to realize all these dreams. Like Alicia said, you have to have a dream, but you need help and funds to realize that. I'm going to give you a little bit about membership. It's 3 cost bases. We have the student part of it because, again, we want to include our internship part of it, mentoring these young girls, let them know that, yes, you could do this. We have a student base for $60 per year. We have regular professional and business owners, $125 a year, which you could do 1 shot or twice a year, or we have a PayPal monthly. We can set it up. I could go through all that. Or a mentorship fee for 65 and over. So these are the 3 membership bases that we offer. I know I will be reaching out to each one of you. Let me know what is that. I'm gonna keep looking at the chat room. I wanna see what the best contact information is for you, because if this is something that you, that resonate with you, we want your membership. This is really important. More than ever, we need to be each other's keeper, and we need to keep each other strong. That's my.
Thanks. Yes.
Sammy, can I intercept for 2 seconds?
Yes.
I'm gonna say this here. I'm gonna sponsor someone right now. I'm gonna pay the yearly membership of the $65 because I believe in networking. I believe that someone should, they're saying, because it really is about being collective in numbers. So I will send me the information. I want to sponsor someone.
We will definitely do that. I want to share, I've been putting the link in. I'm going to put the link in one more time. We actually have a special. And our special that we're going to share is you join today. And we know with the pandemic, everybody's pockets may be a little tight. Some people might not have that income,
I know. Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do, our professional level membership is usually $125. But if you join today, you have between today and next Friday to join. You get that membership for $99. So instead of $125, you'll be paying the $99. But there's more. So what we have set up was a way, and I give all credit to Letitia for this because I can't do this technology stuff. We set it up so that you join today. You join today for nothing, but your first payment will not be due until September 1st. Okay? And you don't have to worry about it. We're going to set you up with your automatic payment. Don't even worry about it. We're going to make sure you join our collaboration. Okay? So ladies, click the link. Shayna has joined. She is officially in. All right. Welcome to the collaboration. Okay? So $99 for the year. Okay? You will not pay until September. Sign up now. We already have it set up. Your payment's not coming out till September. Don't even worry about it. Okay? So click the link and make sure you sign up. Alisa's going to sponsor someone. How amazing is that?
Wonderful.
I don't know how you're going to pick them. Maybe we should have a dance contest. I don't know.
Oh boy.
Whoever can salsa the best gets it.
Oh boy.
I have a question.
Oh, wait, it has to be the best? I'm out.
Yeah.
Salsa.
Chantel can salsa, I know.
Uh-huh. Yes. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah,
Yes,
we'll figure it out.
Yes, and so we made the time from today to next Friday. So think about it. If you have questions, you have me, Sydney, Letitia, and Nay. We are available. We're on social media, CMWP Networking, Collaboration of Networking. Collaboration Minority Women Professional. I'm the president. I forget the name. I don't expect you to remember if I get messed up on it. But check out social media. Send us messages or emails. Contact us because we want you. We can't do it alone. Okay.
Sure
we know that we need our sisterhood, and we are our sister's keeper. Okay.
And Sam,
want to bring Alisa's bringing everybody to the top of her. You think she ain't going down? She's going up, and we're all going with her.
Exactly. Sammy,
all of us. Like I said, all shades. This is what it's about. It's all shades. This is collective. Right. We need to break down those barriers. I'm not going to go off on a tangent, but we need to break down those barriers also. All shades. That's how we network. That's how we become powerful. So I'm glad to be a part.
Gigi says she has signed up. Yes.
All right, Gigi.
Yay.
Welcome.
We will take your donation also, Jeffrey. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, Jeffrey.
How often are we going to be meeting? How often can we do this? Are we doing monthly? Will you have another event, another guest speaker? Monthly, you'll let us know?
Thank you. It's as if you can read my notes, Alisa.
Right?
We have a tentative date of August 27th for our next webinar. So as Letitia was saying, before COVID, we were meeting in person. We were doing luncheons, and they were so nice. The food was good, and it wasn't like skimpy lunches. It was good lunches. We had guest speakers. We did activities. So for webinars, we also take your suggestions. If you have any types of themes or webinars or activities you want to have us do, give us your recommendations and we can do that. So right now We're looking at August 27th. We're going to take off for July. I'm tired, so like I need the rest. We all need the rest. Alicia needs the rest. We're going to take off.
Get the rest.
We'll be back August 27th, and that's a tentative date because we will be looking for speakers. So according to our speaker schedule, we'll be looking for that. We're going to have a lineup. So before COVID, I was I like to be proactive. I get things done. So I had a whole calendar of events and dates and speakers, and then COVID happened. So we're going to put together a new calendar of events so you can look out for that. Remember, send us any suggestions you have for what you want to see, because I say it all the time, our collaboration is here for you, and we want to make sure we're giving you what you need. And so tell us. You know, we're going to take it back. We got 4 founders and we discuss everything. Okay. So we're not going to ignore any suggestion, recommendation. If you say, Sammy, don't ever do that again, it was not good, we'll discuss it. I can take some feedback. That's fine.
Good.
But ladies, you are all welcome. Okay. Any parting words before we go? We're late. We're 10 minutes late. Any parting words from our founders or Alisa, anybody on the call?
I just want to say thank you for participating today. I think the response was amazing. And I just want to say, for all of you that participated today, you're on your way to a wonderful, exciting journey. And I want you to understand that we are we're just going to do what we got to do. Okay, we're not accepting any excuses. We're just going to do the damn thing. So we welcome you participating, and enjoy your summer and be safe and be healthy.
Awesome.
Thank you, Sydney.
Thank
you.
I like I said, this is our most registered for event we've had. I mean, y'all showed up. Y'all came and did it. Like I can't even,
Yes.
I was watching the numbers. I'm like, I'm emailing Alisa, like, look how many people we have. Like, this is insane.
But it's Alisa, though. It's Alisa. This is what she does to people.
Wow.
I can't wait for COVID to go away so we could go salsa, because you know I love salsa.
And maybe that's something we ought to offer as part of the membership. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be a brilliant idea, because you can network and salsa.
we have talked about that.
Absolutely.
Sydney's a big advocate of that, of partnering with other organizations and companies, and you know, our members get a discounted rate or something, or you know, you join us, and we'll work all that out. But think like that, ladies, right? Think of other companies too. How can we come together? It's all about a partnership.
Absolutely.
Numbers
and support each other's businesses.
Yeah.
Spend a little money and spread it around.
That's it.
Absolutely.
All
and you've got some heavy hitters on here. So this is kind of like I was scrolling through the gallery. So you've got some women on here that are, you know, that are about their business, and men that are about their business. So you know, that's great. And the last thing I'm going to say is, ladies and gents, go out there, you know what, and knock down a barrier. However you can do it.
Knock them down. That's what we're going to do. Knock them down. Let them prove to us why we can't. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
The wrong one. All right. So we're going to wrap it up. I did copy and paste. There's a lot in that chat. So I'm going to clean it up, probably give me over the weekend, and I'll send out everyone's information. Hold
on, Sammy, Alisa Morgan, can you drop us an email? I know we have to drop, but she did have a question about how to take advantage of the membership if you cannot make lunches or events during work hours. I know we are, at least for the foreseeable future, the rest of 2020, we will be having a lot of Zoom meetings with other guest speakers. So this was awesome. We definitely plan on doing it again. But Nay or Sammy, if you could just talk about other advantages of being a member.
So Jeffrey also had mentioned open networking. So we are huge advocates of networking, and we want to find more ways of doing that via Zoom.
Absolutely.
I was a big fan of speed networking before COVID. And I think there's a way we can probably bring that into a Zoom call, do some networking. Zoom allows the breakout rooms, so we can partner people up and we can do a round robin. Letitia does technology, so she will figure that out. And so we also have We have our Facebook collaboration group. So make sure you're following our Facebook page and also our group, because our group is really going to be that place where you're going to find that networking opportunity where you can share your events and you can, you know, promote your services and let people know, but more than just promoting, because I don't want you to spam our group with promotions. It should be a community, right?
Yes.
So we're all going there for a sense of community. So as part of our network, that's what we're looking to do. And we want to continue growing our social media because we are expanding. Before COVID, we primarily meet in New Haven, Hampton area in Connecticut. Before COVID, we were looking into expanding into the Hartford area and then also a virtual chapter.
Right.
So the collaboration is not local. And COVID gave us that opportunity to say, you know, we can come to where you are. You don't have to be where we are. With social media, we take advantage of technology and we come to you. Everyone can be included regardless of where you are. So you will see more of the networking. You have the mentorship. We have the training and development. We have all of our founders are capable of doing presentations. We invite people in to do teaching and training and professional development. So you have that training resource. It's not for anything. I mean, a membership of $99 and the training you can get through that membership. I mean, some of the other, look, I do workshops. In my workshops, nobody pays me $99 for a workshop, okay? It's going to be a whole lot more than that. So if you're going to do the training on your own, you know, think of it that way, right?
Yeah.
And you know, and I'm hoping that going forward, all of our events don't necessarily have to be just lunches. We're going to be looking at events where people who are members will still have ample opportunity to participate.
Correct. Yeah. And I'll add to that, Sydney. One of the other things also, we are a very inclusive group. So please bring up your ideas because we are growing and members will really have an input. So if you think, you know, there's an idea of networking, please, there's no wrong idea. Bring it up. We will discuss it. And that's why being a member is key, is because we also looking for people to kind of be in a mentorship role, you know, kind of take some kind of a co-chair. Like right now, I'm only doing membership. Letitia's only doing, actually, she's doing all the technology. Let's just say.
She is.
Sydney knows everybody, okay? You name it, she knows them. and Sammy is just, she's our person that's there, that gets all the logistics together. Right. And I'm salesperson. I know how to sell till I drop. So, but
like Nay was saying, you know, we're branching out of just luncheons. We did I think one happy hour last year. We had 2 scheduled for this year since COVID. So we had 2 happy hours. We were doing a huge membership drive at Known in New Haven. Is Barb Barb represent Known, but we want to do other things, right? We're here locally in New Haven. We can get a group together and go over to Alisa's House of Salsa, right?
Or we can go to a winery. We can go to the vineyard.
Yes,
exactly. Appetizers and meat. I mean, we've got some options.
And hopefully I will have a brewery soon and we can go to the brewery. So we're going to do that.
That will work. Yes. That will work.
I love it. Danae, am I saying that right? Danae, it sounds like you got a lot to say. You over there talking to the screen.
I'm just amening everything.
Yeah, she has been very active in our chat. So
in this house, there's, like you said, no excuses. All that we got it going on. You know, we can do, you know, shoot, and high, you know, all that.
Yeah. And I will say, I'm very happy to see Eleanor Slomba on here. She's a mover and shaker in New Haven. So good to see her face. Very supportive. She's done all of my rhythm events getting it out there, you know, to the press. So Eleanor has been a supporter, number one, but she's got her own businesses. So I'm happy to see her face. So I'm so happy that she's going to be connecting with the group. So like I said, there's some powerhouses here. So again, now it's just now. It's, you know, time for us just to all collectively just continue and move forward on this journey.
Yes. Okay, and tell your friend to tell their friends to tell their friends, because we need this kind of group. So tell everybody to know, because this is something that's so needed in our community. And I'm telling you, like you said, Alicia, it's a now. So please, everybody that's on this call, tell 2 to 3 people. This is a very uplifting group.
Yes.
I'm glad to be a member of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, and I think Alisa for coming today. You've been phenomenal. I thank my co-founders for all of your support. I can't do it by myself. Trust me, I can't. I would kill myself if I tried. So thank you to my co-founders. Thank you to Alisa. Alisa put her information in the chat. People are wondering how they can reach you. So your information's there. I'm going to copy and highlight again, make sure I get everything.
Please do. Yes.
And we're 20 minutes over, so I can chat forever. This could go on forever.
And Alisa, I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to reach out to you.
You must, and you better. If not, I'll find you, Sydney.
I know. And tell your mom and dad I said hey.
I will. I promise.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Be blessed. Be blessed.
All right. Leave the meeting.